How's everyone doing? This is Mike Gilcreast on the Mike Gilcreast Show, live and in person. I hope you guys had a great Sunday. We know we did. Hopefully, everyone had a great Independence Day, 4th of July kind of thing, celebration, fireworks and all. I mean, good food and just fun. Just relaxing. And for me, it's more of the food and relaxing. I actually slowed down on the 4th, and so normally I don't know what holidays are what, because I'm retired now. I worked 43 years in the government, two retirements, and so when I was working, I was always looking to forward to the 3 and 4 day holidays for the weekends and stuff. And now we might take Friday off and then have 4 day weekend and stuff. We travel, do different things. And now I'm retired, like, oh my God, it's the 4th. Oh my God, this is that. So not the same for me now as when I was working. So, but I nevertheless celebrate. I'm glad that's a big holiday. So things are closed and banks are closed and that type of stuff. So, but hopefully everybody had a fantastic day. This is Mike Gilchrist Live. And you guys that know me, and we bring all the fun, fear, and this, that, and other. Try, have a little fun, and stuff like that. But 4th of July for us was good, pretty fantastic. Uh, my wife, she was able to. I did the devil eggs. So I did, and so I normally like to make the barbecue sauce. I was gonna make the coleslaw, but she made it, and so she did. She spoiled me. We just celebrated 32 years on the 2nd of July, and but she spoils me. I told her I was gonna make the coleslaw. I was gonna, she's showing me she's getting back and stuff like that. So she threw down. Then she made some collard greens. Oh my God! She threw some tomatoes and onions on top of that. And I had a joke on, if y'all look at my Facebook, I had a joke out there. Somebody said, I thought you got your wisdom teeth pulled eating like that. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny. And but yeah, we had a good 4th, and then we went on our porch, and then we got to see a whole slew of fireworks. And they was doing fireworks before we went outside. After we went outside, 10 o'clock at night, they're still doing fireworks. And so we got to enjoy free fireworks. We had a big, 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 celebration. I say it, but I'm like, they pay for it. I enjoyed it. So that's how, so that's pretty good. Right? Yeah, that's pretty good. They paid for the fireworks and we got to enjoy it on the real, so yeah, so pretty funny to me. And I'm like, oh, I'm not buying any more fireworks. I think I got some sparkles left over from some years back. I don't even know if they're gonna light, but one of these days I probably light them out and see what's happening and go from there. But yeah. But I'm done with the fireworks. I used to be into all that. I used to take the big M80s. If you read my book, I used to put them in the back of the store. And if you read my book, I was pretty obnoxious kid, So the back of the store was like they built buildings different now than then. So it was had brick floor, and then the walls was like kind of like concrete and stuff. So I put an M80 in the back. I lit it. I threw it inside the back of the store. Read my book, and you see it. And that thing, it said boom, like boom, like dynamite boom. And I'm like, boy, we was on the move. We boom, 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 boom. We getting up out of there. But yeah, I was a teenager, so that's what teenage boys do. So yeah, so I probably was 15, so. But yeah. But I remember that incident. I mean, yeah, I was there. I did it. I put the story in my book, and yeah, I got to read that book. I mean, it's pretty fascinating, and it's going to bring some childhood memories to you, whatever. So I did some things. I'm like, wow, but I'm really enjoying life. The 4th was good. The food was good. We had leftovers today, and maybe one more day, and so enjoying that. Next week we're on a cruise, and so we're celebrating 32 years. And y'all see us live from the different ports where we'll be at. And I try to come on live so you could be able to see me on my Facebook, and hopefully y'all know my Facebook. And so let me see. I think I put my Facebook out there so you guys can see it. Um, I gotta find it. Where's my Facebook? Oh, here it is. Hey, copy this down. Copy this. I'm put up for the. That's my Facebook. Just Bishop Mike Gilcreast. And so go to my Facebook and type that in and be friends with me out there. Look at our church service today. I mean, we did a new rendition of a song. And it's an old song, but we did a vamp. I'm like, oh, yeah, that was me. That was me. And we I was able to, lead that a little bit. So you get to hear a little bit of my singing and da 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 da. I used to be in a group, back in the day, and then I was in another group with someone else, and we was this close to getting an album out, but probably that close of having our own album. But I have all this music, and I haven't done anything with it, and I'm like, wow, but we had a pretty nice sound. I mean, my sound is soulful and it's a little country. And I bring that. So I'm like, and then I like the Barry White, like, ooh, and then I like the Luther thing, ooh, Luther, ooh, I like, I can't do, well, I can't say different songs I can do the ooh, uh, yeah, but me back in the day. But yeah, I put it out there. So check out my Facebook, and sign up and follow me. I put it's more content out there than anywhere. And you'll always know what I'm doing if you that's my personal Facebook line. So yeah. So check me out there and go from there. You actually see my food that I had, the yesterday. We put our food out there because we couldn't barbecue. We could not barbecue. Let me see where's that. We couldn't barbecue, but we're able to do it. So why we couldn't? I have a smoker and I love using that thing. But um, what happened? Something happened. It was raining. I could do nothing about the rain. Millie Vanilli say, "Blame it on the rain." Yeah, but true statement. We're blaming the rain because that's how it was. And let me see if I put a quick picture of my food out there, and y'all could see it. And this is what we had yesterday and today, and that's shrimp. Devil eggs. I made the devil eggs. Look at them things. They're delicious. When we have church picnics, I normally make a bunch of them for the church picnic. People love my devil eggs, and so let me show y'all my food. Uh, uh, hold on, give me a quick second, and we go from there. All right, y'all see that's what we have. We have some broiled chicken. Look, it tastes just like on the grill, but not like my smoker grill, but it's close enough. Collard greens, see the peppers, the tomatoes, and onions, and double A's coleslaw, and with the cabbage and red cabbage and whatever. But man, we threw down. We did. We threw down, and it's just me and my wife and my wife and I, and so we threw down. So I wanted to put out and share this with y'all, so you'd be like, okay, um, I see how the bishop eating, So yeah. And I don't eat like this often, but we do a lot of Mediterranean and Asian food and stuff like that, variety, but we do more the health side. We eat a lot of the health food. So that's pretty important. But y'all got to see how we roll a little bit, and so is what it is. So it's out there. Um, I'm here live and in person. My feeds are working good, so hopefully y'all can see and hear me all right. I want to give a shout out to my favorite sister, Linda from Mike and Mel. Hey, Mel, shout hey so she can hear you. Miss Linda. Yeah, all right. So we got you out there. We probably hit you up later on. Anyway, so you're important to us. And so, she's my second biggest fan, just so you know. I probably got a lot of fans, but my wife said that, she said, I'm your number one fan. She does the most work for me. This I'm right here, and she did it. I mean, just pretty much everything I do, she's a part of that. So, yeah. So she makes sure I have the hookup, and I'm on the real. She be looking out for this brother man, and that's that. But yeah, let's get back to uh, yeah, Linda says the food looks delicious, so she got to see the food. She's like, yeah, y'all know we don't throw that. You gotta get down here one year. Come all the way down here from, the DMV, so check us out, so we get you down here and we have some shrimp. We probably would have had, if y'all came, we probably had the corn. And I love the mushrooms on the grill, corn on the grill, and some crab legs or something like that. But you know, let us know and hook up with something. And you got to get our schedule because I'm busy. And then once I get more into the speaking thing, you probably hardly see us and stuff like that. I really think we're going to go to Africa, so to do a mission trip with our church and stuff. So we're looking to do that. I haven't crossed the bridge, but we're this close, and I'm like praying that we it works out for us to go back to Africa. So I love it over there. I'm telling you, I love it. The food, the people. It's just the sightseeing. It was pretty awesome. It was. It's pretty awesome. So we'll be doing that again. I'm pretty sure we'll know this week for sure if that works out for us. And so, with that being said, let's get into the show. So I'm talking and sharing, my life and stuff with you. We're actually like we're still going over the screenplay. Probably got 2 more days to get all that done. 2, 3 days at the max, and then trying to go with the film director before we leave. We got a couple things to get done before we leave, and go from there. But it is what it is. I know y'all got a ton of questions. All right, you gotta ask the question about relationship. I I've seen all kinds of relationships, have anybody ever been in like a toxic relationship? And do that make you scared? I'm asking you a question, and you can answer. You can chat and go on your chat inside. Whatever application you look at me. If you look at me YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, wherever you're looking at me from, and put in there. If you want the link, let me put the link out. If you brave enough and you like, I want to come on this show and talk to him live. If you want to come on, get on my show and talk live. But I'll put it out there. Let me wait. Hold on. Give me a quick second because I want you to be able to. I always screw it up. But if you want to come on my show live, I'll show it right here. Take a picture of that. Come on my studio, and you could come on right now. I'm on Riverside. That's our host for what I do streaming on. So riverside.com, studio Mike Gilcreast, boom, 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 boom. So come on, and if you ring me in, I'll bring you on. We could talk about it. All right. And so I put it out here because I'm like, every now and then I show it because I want to deny you if you want to come on live. We're trying to hook up with someone else to bring them on to talk about relationships. This is a perfect place to bring the person in. So if we can't do it next week, like next Friday or Sunday, it'll probably be after we get back from our cruise. And so, but we try to get them on the line. So, and I want to share details until I get them, make sure I got the appointment and confirmations and stuff like that. So my wife's going to be working on that to try to get it for next Friday or next Sunday. And so we'll see if we can have a special guest for that and talk about relationship because relationship is a real deal. And I'm passionate for relationships because I was bad at it. I was a dog. I was been divorced. I had infidelity. I mean, I was just a bad actor. I'm a multiple women, ladies man. I mean, I took advantage of women. Women took care of me. I mean, that's why I call myself ladies man. Help buy my car, pay my rent. I mean, just some of everything. So uh, um, it is what it is. I'm just putting it out here. I'm a good guy now. I've changed my mindset, changed, how act, think, and things I do. So um so I'm like, I don't mind sharing the good side of me when I was bad. I mean, it is what it is. I can't change my past. And if I had changed my past, I wouldn't have my show, nor would I have a book. So I had to go through the stuff that I did, even to write my second book or to get a movie out of my life. People are interested, they're buying my life, but they're buying my life or books for my life in the thousands. I mean, I sell a lot of books. And I'm like, I never thought my life was that interesting. But when you read the book, it's like, wow, my sister still reading it. She tell me about, yeah, I gotta tell you about this part. We're laughing because she's trying to get a full understanding of stuff she's reading. So I won't tell her what's happening in the book, but if she read it, we'd talk about it. You know what I mean? And so we go for that. But I'm like, it's amazing how people are fascinated with your life. And I have a podcast because guys got together and they said I should be a podcaster because I'm an author, because people like my content. So authors always have content. So I'm here. And so I think my show's gonna get bigger and bigger once my movie comes out, and my book sales is going to get greater. I'm shooting for bestseller author. So I'm just doing a lot of different things, but I want to be instrumental and I want to help people. Bottom line, I want what I do to be a help to people in their lives. And people come to me and they're depending on my answers to help them in their lives. And I got people to the point that ask me, I'm in this relationship. What should I do? I'm like, hold on. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I will give you advice so you could pick it up and go from there. I will never tell you what to do because it is your body and it's your relationship. But the thing is, I will tell you what I would do, and then you go from go from there. Or is it a good thing if you should do A, B, C, F, G? If you ask me, should I divorce my husband? That's on you. That's on. I've seen husbands cheat on women, and the wife don't want to let them go, and they stay with them. They don't want to be out there to lose. Now, I done seen a lot, so I talk about all this stuff, because I know you can't tell a person you don't love your husband no more because he cheated. You can't tell your husband don't love your wife no more because she cheated, because you don't know what makes people tick. And maybe they could forgive them one time, maybe they forgive them two times, whatever. But you can never tell people, what their limit is. Like some girls be like, girl, that was me. Y'all know how your women coach you women know, and girls are dirty. Women are dirty. That girl, that was me. No way. He be doing that to me. And she be the main one trying to sleep with your husband that cheated on you. Come on now. You got sisters that would cheat or can't wait till y'all break up so they can get with your ex. So I'm just keeping it real. I dated sisters, so I know. I know absolutely is real. And so I never did a mom and a sister and her daughter. Never. That's kind of like out of my league. And that's not me. I'm not doing moms and the daughter. When you find love, have your morals, integrity, and values. Because certain things I'm not doing. I don't do kids. Little kids. That's out my league. I don't do boys, I don't do men. That's not my league. So there's some things I want to be able to live myself. And so when you go into a relationship, you got to know uh, where you are, who you are. Um, and that's me. I mean, I'm being real. It just certain things is off limits. And married women, I don't do married women. And then for me, I'm older, but I don't do old people, and so I'm not into that realm. So it just, if you 80 years old, I'm not the dude. I don't want to be nobody. What do you call it? I don't want a cougar. And I'm older. I'm like, I'll tell you, older women, um, older women are. I'll be in the store and they look at me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, wow. And so I'm just nice. I'm just nice. And that's the best way I can say it. I'm not looking for love. And um, but I'll tell you, and on the real, women gonna try. Women, you guys the baddest thing out there, but get what you can handle. Get what works for you. Don't go outside of where you are. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose your values. And please keep your body. You know, women. One guy was whistling. I seen a video. One guy was whistling at this girl like, "Girl, I like to hold that." And you know what she said? It shocked me. You want to know what she said? Come on now. It shocked me. Seriously. And I'm like, you can't be that easy. You can't be that easy. That's what I'm saying to myself, right? She said, you don't take me out to dinner first? And he said, can I get your number? She'll say, are you taking me out to dinner? See, I do these shows, right? And I don't make this stuff up. I like to give y'all, good stuff, new stuff, whatever, right? I don't make this stuff up for real. Um, she said, you don't take me out to dinner first? Some women, all they want is to be paid a little attention to, a little comforting moments and stuff, and they ready to give it up. They ready to have sex. Is that all it takes? Like women, hopefully by the time y'all read my next book, you would change the whole value that you guys have. Cause it can't be that easy. But even though I'm I don't even want to say frustrated, I'm disappointed, at how easy it is. I've been married 32 years, and it was easier than that for me back 30 years. So now if all I got, if I was a single guy, not in church, whatever, I'll take you out to dinner and I can hit that. Just dinner. You know, I mean, any woman that want relationship should save herself for the relationship for the long term. No shortcuts here. You gotta value yourself and say no. When you find the love, you trying to find I'm saying it wrong, but women shouldn't be trying to find guys. But when you get in that relationship, you know, um, you got to make your body the long term goal, and then you have to make your life to be with that person the long term goal. If it's not long term, then you might as well get on the street corner, seriously, and just give it away, sell it here, $20, $10, $5. Just because you just want dinner, you get enough $5, you go get all the dinners you want, and if that's all you want is dinner, you might as well get on the street corner. And then the girl was dressed in such a way, because how we dress really tells a statement. Where the bottom of her butt cheeks was out, and so a guy look at that guy already knows just dinner. Hey, we going to McDonald's. Go to get Domino's pizza. If that's all you want, and so I like the lifestyle I have. My wife and I, we to spend $100 or $200 for dinner. I mean, it is what it is, and those are the type of restaurants we like when we like to go out. We like mom and pop stores. We like a variety of food, but we do something nice. It's going to be nice, seriously. And dinner is an option. Whereas we can eat at home or we go out to eat. When we go out to eat, it's going to be a nice deal. You thing is, a woman shouldn't be like, hey, it's been a long time since you took me out. When you trying to find love, you're trying to get in a relationship, do not, women, seriously, don't set the standard on how much money he should spend on you. And because of your value's worth it, but let him just offer it to you. Let him, because you all this and all that. When you gotta be like, we don't have, I can't believe you took me to Wendy's. You can't you can't have I crack myself, all right. I do. And so, 'cause some some people get disappointed because they're like, I can't believe you took me to Wendy's. And yeah, thing is, you put a value on yourself. And the first value you should put is not how much it costs, but if you're in a relationship and if he appreciates you, you don't have to. My wife, if we went to a French restaurant, I'm telling you, and Michael Jordan's been to this restaurant. This was up when we lived up in Virginia, right? We went to his restaurant, and seriously, Michael Jordan, he was there. It's a French restaurant. It's a little small place, but we took a limo there. I think we took a limo twice there. But anyway, uh, um, the minimum meal is like 200 plus. I mean, seriously, and it's a full course meal. And then after the appetizer, I still remember this place because it's fast. I love French restaurants. But anyway, it's they bring you some cold sherbet, like grapefruit ice cream, just to change your taste buds. I mean, this stuff is just how they serve you and the different treats you get in between. It's seriously a full course meal, even to dessert. I mean, oh my God, it was just fascinating. And then you have the chef in the kitchen, and We're used to that. We can do other restaurants. We'll do Red Lobster maybe 2 or 3 times a year, maybe, right? And so if we get to Red Lobster once in a year, so be it. But most of the time, we won't get there maybe 2 or 3 times in a year. We like a place called Seasons 52. And so everything's cooked. They don't use butter. They don't everything's fresh when they cook the whole 9 yards. And so it's kinda like another one of my favorites, like Kobe restaurants my favorite. And then but these are like okay, average type restaurants, but we like the French stuff, and we like to do them on a restaurant like on special occasion, whatever. But we eat a lot of Mediterranean, Turkish, I mean, whatever, Jamaican, I mean, Asian, Chinese, Thai, Vietnamese, and so we eat a variety of foods, and so we have a certain standard. But thing is, we don't do fast foods. I'm like, hey, babe, we going to McDonald's? No, no, McDonald's ain't even on our list. Burger King now on our list, Wendy's not, and so it's not that. I be like, "What do you want?" We going to Peruvian place and get some rotisserie chicken. We go to one place, I know the owner, and sometimes they give us free food the whole 9 yards, and it's not even about the cost, but I'm like celebrity now, and so I go places, I get free food, but the thing is, she has I don't even want to say my wife has an expectation, but women, you got to get to a place where you're comfortable with the guy you with, and you don't have to give him a hard time. You better take me this place. I can't spend. Don't do that, because it depends on where your money is. Like we could go to whatever restaurant we want to go to, my wife and I. But before we got to this point in life, we have to think about where we're going to eat. If you read my book, there was a time our neighbors wanted to go get chicken wings. We couldn't even afford chicken wings. So we're like, oh no, we not going, we good. Yeah, we eating soup and so never make the guy feel bad if he don't have the money to, take you on that date. But the thing is, build your life together. I believe the best relationships are those that build their life together. That's why I don't dog my wife, because everything we have, when I got with her, I can't write a check. But she never looked at me. She never argued with me. She never told me, you're not taking me this, that. Oh, ho. I gotta go back. When we first went on a date, you gotta read my book, right? I got a coupon from a basketball game. She's like, hold on, you're not taking me on it. Not that she was too good for it. She said, this is our first date, and you don't use a coupon. She wouldn't get upset. So I said, I gotta go get some money out the bank just to take her out. And but that's the first date. But the thing is, I have a standard. I like the wine and dine. My wife is the only woman I have a romance. And so she don't come to me and tell me, you better take me here, you better do this, you better buy me flowers, Mother's Day, Sweetest Day, Valentine's Day. I don't do nothing. Seriously, I don't do nothing. And why? Because we do everything. I don't do nothing. She don't have an expectation. I never, because I would get disappointed. Come like, it takes me a holiday to get to know. I've never been like that. In most of my relationships, I really don't do holidays. I'm not that. Like our anniversary was last Thursday. We can't celebrate it until the 13th, which is a week from tomorrow. And so the thing is, um, I'm glad we didn't go this week, because we could have left this week. But she was hurt and recovering from injuries and da da da, and so, but women, when you go on these dates and you're trying to date, be thankful of the relationship. Now, McDonald's, if that's the best thing he could do for you and his money funny, then go to McDonald's, get your fish sandwich. The fish sandwich is probably the healthiest thing on the meal. I don't even know if they sell salads anymore. But be respectful of how much the guy has, or don't have, and don't knock him down, because you might encourage him to want more in life. You guys, women, y'all have a lot of power, but don't be cheap. Don't be like, you ain't getting on this till you take me out to dinner. You know, that, that's not really, you know, it's not value added. I don't want a woman like that. I don't even want, if I was single, I wouldn't want to go out with a woman like that. Because you way too loose. Seriously, you're way too loose. You gotta take me out to dinner first. No, For me, I'm the type of guy, I gotta work for it. Seriously, I gotta work for it. You know, I guess that's how I am now. Back in the day, I didn't care, but the way I'm now, I gotta work for it. And so me and you gotta have a standard, class about yourself. And that alone would attract a woman. She would know he got his act together. If you gotta be like, you know, when y'all talking, getting to know each other, ask them a big question to ask somebody when you're trying to find them. What's your ideal of the best date you could possibly have if you could have it? And just general conversation, not something that you're setting people up for, but just ask like wow questions. Like, you know, if we're together 5 years from now, how you see us? If we're together 3 years from now, how you see us? Ask questions that can give you a meaning for a future. Or where do you see yourself? That's a job interview question, but and as far as personal relationship, where you see yourself in the next 2 years, and go from there. And then you kind of jot little notes and stuff on your check sheet that you're supposed to have, and see where they fit, and then revisit that. Check this in, you know, uh 2028 February. Check this question, 2020 February, and ask that question. I'll tell you, this stuff I'm giving you, it really works. It really works. And you gotta be able to bring something up to that person that you're trying to get to know, but in a way where they not understanding, you're validating what they already said. And a lot of times we don't check people. We so excited. Oh my God, he talked to me. Oh, if a guy throw up his charm, bring you a flower, say, "Hey, girl, oh my God, mm, girl, you bad. Oh my God," and girls lose it. They absolutely lose it. Women, y'all lose it. Like, my God, you know, uh, uh, you know. Please don't go overboard because somebody paying you a little attention. Because that's the test market. A guy gets to know a woman, right? When a guy meets a girl, right? He knows within the first 3 minutes if he got sex with her. So when a guy come out, women, y'all gotta understand everything that you get when you first meet a guy is game. Is game. Everything you get is game. And your reaction tells your story. Easy, hard, maybe too easy. Gold digger. I mean, your reaction, you got to act like this happens to you all the time. Oh, okay. That's a nice gesture. And press on like it was nothing. Somebody told me the other day, they said somebody was trying to hit on them. I get all these, I'll tell you, I get all these stories. And kind of find out, right? They say I get hit on all the times. They say the guy told the woman, they said, I'm probably older than you. And she said, I don't think so. "Hey, yeah, I'm sure I'm older than you." And he said, I'm like 28, but she ain't tell him I'm late 50, early 60s, so that range. She ain't tell him that, right? She just, oh, that's cute. She said, I'm flattered, and that's it. Because she said, she let me know, she said, I'm no cougar. And back in the day, women used to wouldn't tell their age. I think there's nothing wrong with it, but I think there's a mysterious about it. I think you need to earn. Women, keep something suspicious about you. Don't tell them your age, and move on. Keep something, let them get to a point where they say, okay, this is how old I am. And let them earn. Yeah, y'all make everything easy. Oh, I'm 25 and I know I'm fine because black don't crack or whatever we say. You know, and let the guy tell you you fine. Let the guy tell you, oh, girl, my God. Let the guy, respond to you so you can see how he sees you. If you tell the dude everything up front, I know I'm nice. I know I'm this. I know I got a bad body. I know this. I know my eyebrows are. Stop. When you're trying to find love, let the guy tell you when you meet when you was a little girl, people walk up and say, "Oh, you're just a beautiful little girl," and you're like, "Oh," and then mom say, "What'd you say?" And you're supposed to say, "Thank you," and da da da, right? And you go from there. But the thing is, if it's happened to you all your life, then thank you, press on like it's nothing. But let the guy prove to you your beauty. Let him prove to you that he may be worthy of your beauty. You know, you're trying to find. I'm giving y'all extra pointers. Like this show, you getting extra pointers, and I'm giving you hints on what you should do because y'all don't know how to date and you don't keep nothing suspicious. You're like, oh, he's talking to me. Y'all get so excited, especially if you've been, celibate or you've been in a single by yourself for a long time, and you don't know how to act. Like, you get a little attention. Guys know how to play the game both sides. It comes natural for us. And I'm telling you, I tell you, I was the player, I was the dog, I was this, I was that. And so I'm telling you how it works. Do not get flattered. Dudes blow women minds, especially when they think they're cute. And the guy that they with or the relationship they in, they ain't get no attention. The guy treating her like she's a slave and she gotta pick up the heavy boxes. She gotta go to the grocery store and get the dog food and this, that, and the other. And when you come, hey, baby, you need some help with that. And she's like, oh my God, he don't do this. No, you fire the other guy and you reassess yourself and say, whatever. If a guy not taking care of you women, if dude not handling you the right way, you got to say, dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. Women are scared to leave relationships. I was married before, right? My ex-wife, we was like this, at the end, not the beginning. I told you I messed up that relationship, whatever, right? But the thing is, right? When you know it's over, it's over. But when I was out there being single, I threw out all the stops. I wouldn't care if my ex was carrying groceries in, this, that, and other. No, I'm in a relationship. You get to know me. I'm giving you everything at face value. The thing is, you lose your rights based on how the relationship going. Like when we come home from this is I'm telling you in the past, if you had to carry heavy bags, if I'm, married to my ex, she had to carry heavy bags, this, that, and the other, the big boxes, whatever. Yeah, you got that yourself. I don't care. But I'm the new me in another relationship. Hey, babe, I get the groceries out. I bring them in, da, 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 da. Because I'm giving you where I want to go in this relationship. Because the last one destroyed. I can't rate me based on where I've been. So that's what y'all do. Y'all carry your past relationship into your current relationship. And then you think, all men are like, that's not true. People change based on the energy they're receiving from that other person. And so if you're getting good energy, it's easy to give good energy back because that's who you really are. We get attitude too. Women think I can walk on a dude. He want to be because he want to get this. And the thing is, it ain't about that because he could get that anywhere. You know what I mean? And so don't covenant your sexuality when you're married and stuff like that because your body belongs to him, his body belongs to you. And women think if I stop him, he not getting it nowhere else. That's not true. That's not true. The option's always there for him to get it somewhere else. I'm telling y'all, women, y'all know y'all compete with each other, and you got even best friends is after your man or after your husband. You got best friends, and so don't do that. Build a relationship so it's about y'all. It's about what y'all have in common in a relationship. It's about how he treats you, what energy he's giving you, what energy you giving him back. Women, y'all could drive a dude crazy. You could drive him to not want to be around you, now, and because you become a nag. You look at everything he does. You can't do this right. You can't do that. Now, if you berate and belittle a dude, he's not going to do it right for you. And then you make him to a point, he got lazy and he don't want to do nothing. But that's the energy you brought. And so he get into the next relationship, he trying to build houses, cars, and fences and everything else because that's the energy getting. You like, well, he ain't do that with me. He didn't do that. He was never going to do that with you because you didn't give him that good energy. Women don't understand, like guys that give 100%, but you guys take it away. Yeah, I told you to do this. I told you to do that. You didn't do it. You ain't supposed to boss him around. You're supposed to use that feminine energy. Hey, babe, when you get a moment, can you, bring in the groceries? Can you, I mean, just ask. But y'all bring in, you don't want to bring in the groceries, you don't want to do this, you want to do that. And dude be like, later for this. Cause you sound like a mom or a nagging wife or a warden or you don't want to be a boss parameter to your husband. You don't want to be that. Because that's negative energy. He'd never do things right because you always nagging and this and that and whatever. And y'all understand, when you meet somebody and all they do is nagging, they screaming at everybody, you're like, hold on. A guy puts in his mind, this is temporary. This is temporary. Because I'll tell you what I do and what I tell women to do, but I do this. I intentionally provoke you. I intentionally get on your last nerve. I intentionally test you. I want to see what you made of. Because when you meet somebody, your life would never like when you first meet them. That's your representative. That's not the real you. That's only your representative. You got to test these sisters out, or sisters got to test these brothers out to see what you're working with. To see if because we quick to call somebody, oh, you're not wearing that. Oh, you're a narcissist. You're jealous. You can't handle this, whatever. Girl, wear what you want. Wear what you want, girl. If you want to wear your shorts up to your butt and show the crack of your behind, wear what you want. I'm cool. Because he just told you I'm temporary. Y'all don't interpret it that, but that's what that means. When you want to give him a hard time and you not respect yourself, you disrespecting him, and y'all don't understand that. You're like, oh, you ashamed? You ain't got no manhood, whatever. Guys, if you go outside, your skirt or your shorts up to your butt, and guys are going to look at you. No man want every guy looking at you like that. It ain't an insecurity thing. It's just, what do we have if everybody get to see what you got? Every dimple, every crease, every don't get me started. Nobody wants to see all that. And no dude wants all guys to see what he has. Because you stop being special. So as you begin to date, take this stuff in consideration of what I'm saying. Try to take it to heart because I'm really trying to help you. Because I've seen it all. I've seen women and been with women and you can see the G string, whatever. And like if I could see the G string, everybody else can see the G string. Women tell me I'm you're only here temporary. Because I'm like, I don't want nobody like that. I'm definitely not marrying nobody like that. And that's how I was back in the day. I hit it, and then even a couple times, I'm done. I'm done. And you look back and like, what you have? I want nothing like that. I'm wear a suit tie most of the time when I'm out and stuff like that. I'm a guy about image. I'm serious. I'm about image, and so I don't want to. And me, I'm speaking for guys because guys, we don't want no hoochie mama. Wearing the wigs and the big eyelashes and makeup caked on your face and fake this, that, and the other. And no, if I'm about money, I'm an entrepreneur. And so I'm in the business deal. I deal with high level people. I'm around judges, lawyers, doctors, celebrities. I'm around. So I have an image, that I have to portray. I'm a pastor. I'm a bishop on top of that. And so I can't be with anything that looking like anything to be around me. Seriously. And y'all think it's all cool, but I'm telling you, I'm not even on talking about just dress. But like this series is not about finding love, but dress is a part of it. But I could be on a series just talking about dress and how we dress because how you dress, it shows a lot about who you are. And so I'm not if half the women I look at, especially on TV, is just celebrity. And I just look at the BET Awards show. Everybody showing their breasts and this, that, and that, the side of their breasts. I'm like, you're a hoe. You're a hoe in disguise. You just got money. You're a hoe in disguise. And that's how I look at people, seriously. And so I'm just telling like let's ask some questions, all right? And so I could go on and on, but I'm being real. I'm giving y'all real talk because I don't want people to think that nobody's going to tell them. I'm telling what guys don't like. Some guys are simps. They're not going to tell you that I really don't want you to wear that. And you're like, huh? Women don't understand that. But I'm about to ask some questions. If y'all got other questions out there, please put them out there and we go through this. But yeah, I'm just telling you uh, um, how it is. If you're in the dating, you're trying to find love, you got to present yourself in a way, act like you're going to court, put some clothes on, be decent. Conversation decent. All right, let's ask the question. It says, what should you do in a relationship if your partner always blame you and never him? Hey, that's what I did that all the time. When if you read my book and you can see the actual stories, but every time I wanted to cheat, I'm telling you, I'm giving you I'm not saying this your story. I'm just saying my story. Every time I wanted to cheat, right? I'll put the question back up here, right? And so um what you do in a relationship if your partner always blame you and never him, right? And so that's bad. Seriously, that's bad. That's bad. When I was in a relationship, I always blame like the girl I used to live with, young lady, whatever. Uh, uh, um, I get mad at her so I could go be with this one. Remember, I told you I got almost had 4 women pregnant at the same time. So I play like I'm disappointed with you. I gotta go. And they're crying. Women are actually crying because they want me to leave. And then they're trying to get pregnant on the down low, right? And so I would get upset so I could go see the next woman. So if they always blame you, a lot of times uh people will blame you because it's whoever beat you to that game. They will blame you just so they can be free to go spend time with other person. Then they wouldn't feel guilty because they already upset with you. So women, y'all chase dudes out and out of the way. That's part of it, but that's not all of it. Sometimes you chase guys to go be in somebody else's arm, you know, and then sometimes you just nag. You can't just nag. You can't just have things to talk about. A guy will spend more time with you if you build him up. Baby, you're pretty awesome. We've been together a long time. Y'all, I say these things. These are affirmations and stuff, but y'all don't understand. Guys need that. And think about it, most guys, if they win a football college championship or basketball championship, what do they say? Thank you, mom. Everything thank you, mom, because the mom was comforting the man child as he was growing up. She was always comforting, and he get with a woman, and she like, huh, you got that? That don't mean nothing to me. I mean, y'all women, y'all cold blooded, and you're lying. But thing is, you chasing him because he's gonna meet that one girl who say, you know what? I appreciate all your successes. Da 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 da. Because women do that to me. They do that to me now. And believe me, if I want another relationship right now, I can have it, just like that, just like that. Seriously, just like that. And I, I'm not chasing nothing. I'm not looking for nothing. But women chase guys out, and so when a guy blames you, chances are he's guilty of something. I'm telling you, when a guy just blame you and you know you're not doing nothing wrong, and a guy can make everything you do wrong. You burnt the eggs and you can't cook and da 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 da. And then you look at yourself, And I tell women all the time, if you're not married, don't fix him a meal, don't wash his clothes. Because I'll tell you, when I was living with women and we wasn't married, they was fixing my food, they was washing my clothes, they was ironing my shirts. I'm telling you, they was taking care of me. I shouldn't get that treatment until you're married to me, for real. But if you don't give it to me, I know a basketball player, and I follow him. His sons played, and they talked about. I knew somebody that knew him. I want to say Dale Curry back in the day. I knew somebody that knew him, and they talk about all the stuff the women were doing for him before he got married and all this other stuff, right? And but women, y'all shouldn't do that stuff because you're not going to end up with the guy. Because they teach now, hey, show him, what value you bring to his life. You go clean up his apartment, this, that, and other. No, I'm gonna dog you. I'm telling y'all like it is. I'm gonna absolutely, if you do all that stuff for me, I'm gonna dog you. The girl that begged me not to, I lived with her, but she was doing all this stuff for me. And I left her and went back to my ex-wife. because I'm like, I could get that stuff. I could just go back home. You know what I mean? But I broke her heart because she put a lot. And the reason I say the stuff I say and how I say it, it's a couple women out there that cried like babies. They cried so hard. And to this day, it still affects me. But that's why I tell the story like I tell it. That's why I tell women, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. Because it hurts you more when a guy no longer wants you. No longer you give him wife in a girlfriend status. I think that's stupid. I think it's wrong. And I didn't call it stupid back in the day because I didn't see it like that. I didn't have that kind of wisdom. But yeah, I wasn't serious about that. But I see so many women today who give their boyfriends wife status, right? They're girlfriends, but they do all this stuff for the husband. I mean, for the wannabe husband. Then they do that common law. We common law married. You common law married because he ain't proposed to you. Drop that dude. Let him go. For real. Kick him out of your life. He ain't proposed to you. And you doing all this stuff. The most stupid thing women can do is live with a guy and he's not in the action to marry you. That's stupid. And then you're like, oh, I'll just have your baby. And what's really dumber than that? Let me have another baby by you. Something's wrong in your relationship where he could get you pregnant, he can have sex with you, you could cook for him, whatever, but he will not marry you. Something's wrong with the relationship. It's broken. Leave him. Don't have babies. Don't have sex. Don't have nothing. Get out of that relationship and save yourself. It's somebody out there who's going to treat you really, really, really nice. And you're settling. I talk to a lot of women like this, and I really hate the story because I did it to women, and I'm like, I'm telling you, it doesn't work. And I'm telling you, I was a dude doing it. And believe me, y'all saw me when I was younger looking and stuff. I was a nice looking dude. And these women are fighting over me, seriously. And I'm well to do at the age I am now. I mean, thank God for that. But anyway, um, don't let guys get wife privileges as a girlfriend from you. Don't. You're going to lose, and then you're going to be unhappy. And what happens is he puts you on the side, and he keeps you until he finds the one that he really want to be with, and then he leaves you. And then now you're like, I gave him 20 years, I gave him 15 years, I gave him 10 years. That's your fault. That's your fault. Don't get mad at nobody but yourself. Don't give guys a wife privileges when you're just a girlfriend. All right. I can't say that enough. All right. But hopefully you get it. When they start blaming you, they're hiding something. So I'm just putting it like it is. It's something being hidden. I did it all the time. Seriously, I did it. I always blame. You always get on me. You always do this. You always say this. I did this. And then it gave me an excuse to go cheat, and I didn't feel guilty. Seriously. Anyway, boy, I'm breaking all guy codes. I don't care. I'm not close to these guys. I ain't sleeping with these guys. I'm just telling women like it is. I live the life. That's why people read my book. People love my book. When you got courtroom judges coming to read your book, you know you got something. You know you're doing something. You know what I mean? You got doctors reading your book. I had a doctor say, he's reading my book. He thought about, I was married 3 times because of my job. I mean, my book is affecting people. I got men reading my book. Women. And so like it is what it is. All right, next question. All right. Do you believe there's 2 sides to every story? Always, always. It's always 2 sides to every story. But the thing is, don't let people set you up. Because sometimes, because I've tried this. I'm like, you don't believe me? Me and her ain't got nothing going on. I say, ask her. And me and her would have had our story together. And she don't tell you that you and him ain't got nothing going on. And she would lie to keep you in her life. So there's always 2 sides of a story, but if the dude cheating, how you don't believe the other girl? See what I'm saying? How you don't believe? Maybe he planning to leave you and be with her. I mean, never believe the other girl. I don't know when you look at 2 sides, is it your side and his side? But if it's 2 sides and you feel like you're getting mistreated, I don't know how y'all want me to look at it. I'm just speaking this from some, you trying to blame him for something. And he like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. You crazy. And the thing is, you not crazy. women got some good intuition. Y'all know when the dude ain't hitting it right and being with you the way he should and stuff like that and treating you the way he does. Like I still open the car door for my wife. You know, when I stop opening the car door, she'd know something wrong. Something wrong. I'm mad at her. I'll be mad at her. I still open the car door. And so it's like, but you when you stop doing everything start things start shifting away and stop, then you know something's wrong. Women get comfortable in relationships, and then neither person leave. But we're not doing that with our life. What are you doing with your life? When the last time you did an assessment of your relationship and to see where you're going? You know, and the thing is, I find people when they live together, like the lady I talked to, she was living with her dude. She was married, divorced, and then she got I think 2 kids, and then she lived with a dude for 13 years, and then she said, I'm just settling. I'm not, I don't want to get married. And I told her she lying to herself. Seriously, I told her she lying to herself. Cause I'm like, no, that's God put that in you to want that. And so I said, the thing is, he won't propose to you, so you're settling. And she agreed with me. I know how it works. Women be hoping you. I teased the girl for 2 years, and she thought I was gonna marry her. I left her and married my current wife. And I live with this girl. She's in my book. And the thing is, I was never married her. Plus, you got to read the whole story. But she had pulled a gun on me. That's another story. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm not marrying you. I don't even feel safe with you. You got one time to pull a gun on. One time to pull a gun on me. And so it is what it is. When y'all trying to find love, you got to keep this thing real. All right. So let's ask another question. It's always two sides of every story. That's a true statement. So do you think people can truly change for a relationship, or they just buying time? I think people can change, but you should always put a time limit on that. When I was dating my ex, I'm sorry, my ex. When I was dating my wife, and seriously, I met her. You gotta read my story, right? But she gave me time. The wife I'm married to now, she knew when I met her. I told her, I said, I'm leaving the woman I'm living with now. I told her I was leaving, right? But she gave me a time. She gave me time to leave, and I actually left sooner than the time she gave me. And so it was less than 6 months. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta give people time because they may not have the money, this, that, and the other. And then when I time to leave, this, that, and the other. I mean, she helped me get to where I was going and go from there. But she believed me. And so there's always two sides of every story. Um, 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 I think people do change for that new relationship. That when they, like I said, when I was married to my ex-wife, it's things I stopped doing because I knew I was leaving. But when I got into the next relationship, I was doing everything because I was showing her this is who I am, this is what you get. And she loved it. She loved it. I mean, who wouldn't? I know how to romance. I know how to charm. I know how to do all that stuff. But the thing is, I my ex I used to live with, girlfriend, right? I didn't trust her. And there's reasons. She's awesome, but I didn't trust her. And then when she pulled the gun on me, I'm like, I heard it again. I heard up and I'm like, oh my, oh. Yeah, I got to laugh. Yeah. I hurried up and got out of there because the thing is, I never trust you again. If you pull a gun on me, like my baby mama, she was upset with me. She was jealous, and I'm telling you, I was 17. I was 17 years old, and she pulled a knife on me. It's for real. I, I'm never marrying you. Never, ever, ever. Because it's a side of you, and you could have that thing where they say it was a crime of passion. It was a crime of, you know what? I never trust anybody to pull any gun or knife on me, for real. And then my ex-girl told me, she said, why you asleep? She said, I had to go, like, huh? And you gonna tell me this? And the thing is, I hurried up and got out of there because the thing is, I would have hurt her, she would have hurt me, for real. And I'm just being real. And it's always two sides, definitely that, but you gotta know who you in the bed with for real. Because I'm tell you, women don't play, women would kill you. They as I dated Jamaicans, as a Jamaican would say, right? I I will kill you dead. You're dead, but they're gonna kill you. Like, no. So I dated Jamaicans, but I'm like, oh no, they start talking like they talking like that. I'm like, oh no, kill you dead. I'm like, oh no, 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 no. So but you gotta understand who you're dating. Some people are crazy, and I'm like, is what it is. But people can change. And I'll tell you, if I was like I have a great marriage now, I have a great life I'm living now, right? But prior to this, every relationship I got into, I was a better person. Seriously, I'm a better person now than I was previously. I'm a better person in this marriage than I was my first marriage, but I think people change because they want the freedom of relationship. Like my first wife, we always argue. I was miserable, and I met my wife, and she was calm and peaceful, and I'm like, wow. Not only was she beautiful, but she was nice, and I was trying to get away from chaos to go to niceness because I'll tell you, niceness is a weakness for me. I'm like, I think it's a weakness for any guy. Look how men treat little girls. I always use that expression because when you come with that feminine energy, that's power. And I don't think women understand that power, but people do change. So I hope that answered questions. So I gave you a real life situation. When you want a better relationship and you believe what you're doing, you change. Like I really changed because my wife today, she's the only woman I ever romanced. The only one I ever romanced for real. And I was serious about one relationship. So I said like that. All right. So what's the difference between loving someone and being in love with someone in your experience? Y'all, that's one of those questions, right? I don't keep it real. I would definitely keep it real. There is totally a difference between being in love and loving someone. You know, because if you love someone, you could get away with being in love because you don't have to answer anything further. Because nobody really needs to know your real true heart. I love my wife, but if somebody asks me, "Are you in love with your wife?" None of your business. It's none of your business. So how the relationship goes, it's like that. But it's totally different. But the first answer goes for both ways, really. I love my wife in the story. I love my kids in the story. I love my mom in the story. You know, but when you're in love with somebody, you would move heaven and earth to really be with them. And so being in love, like me and my wife, we do things today that I've never done in my whole life. We've been places I've never been, but this is a journey where you take your love to that next level and that next level and that next level and that next level, and you get deeper, deeper and deeper in love. You respect each other, you love each other, you trust each other. That's hard to find. It's hard. It exists, but it's hard to find. But your relationship should be going to another level, and then it should go to another level. Because you got to keep going higher. That part. It's like being in church and being in a relationship with God. You go higher and higher and higher. Like nothing gonna separate you from God. And then you like that for that person that you're in love with. Like nothing's gonna separate you. And no women can walk in front of me naked. They can pull out their breasts, whatever or whatever. I'm serious, and I'm not doing anything. And would I be tempted? Yeah. Oh my God, I'd be definitely tempted. But the thing is what's temptation? It's not sin. And so I know I can't have sex with everybody that's out there because there's in some way, shape, or form, there's hell to pay. You got to pay that back. You know what I mean? And so that was a great question. That is a great question. But you want to get to that place that you haven't met yet, but you want to get to that place with that person. That's how you know you really got it. I want to be with you for the rest of my life. My wife told me something. And I shared this with y'all before, right? She said, if you lost everything and you was homeless, I'll still be with you. That's what you want. That's what you look for. See what I'm saying? That's where you want to be at. Because when you have that, you ain't worried about her taking advantage of you, stealing from you, lying to you, cheating on you. You don't have to worry about none of that stuff. That's the place you people look at us all the time. They're like, I want that. I want that. I want that type of love. Seriously, we get that all the time. People love what we have because it exists. It really does. I can't believe I've got it. I can't believe I'm living that life, but I am. All right. So next question. Uh, uh, um, that was a great question. All right, I'm gonna get to the next one. All right. How do couples ask for what they need without sounding critical or starting an argument? Just, you know, the easiest way to ask for anything really is say it at face value. How would you want somebody to ask you? Like, there's a way to say, "Are we going to the store?" Or, "Babe, when you get a moment, are we able to go to the store?" It's totally different. You gotta bring that good energy. Women, God bless y'all with the energy. Y'all could talk, make pudding out of bread. I mean, y'all know how to, you know. My wife looked at me the other day. She go, oh, she like how I do with my mustache, right? I give y'all real life stuff, right? She loved my mustache, and she go, "Oh, you did your mustache again." And the way she said it, I can't help but blush, right? So y'all have a way to kill any insensitivities of a relationship just by how you approach it. God gave y'all that. You didn't get that from mom. God put that in each woman. Eve didn't just say, Adam, you better bite this fruit. Adam, you better bite it. You're not getting none tonight. No. She said, babe, if you eat it, you're not going to surely die. I heard what God said, but and God told him, don't touch it, don't eat it. And Eve said, babe, you're not going to surely die. I'm saying, okay. You see what I'm saying? Y'all have a power, and I've been trying to teach it to you women. Because y'all don't need to be in relationships. You don't have to be a gold digger. You don't have to give up sex. If you know how to minister to your husband the way it's supposed to be done, wives, girlfriends, if you knew how to really minister to your boyfriend, he would make you his wife. Seriously. But it gets to a point, when there's too many years, it doesn't work. So I'm giving to you both ways. But women, it's no relationship that can't be turned around. It's just what are you willing to give for it? You see what I'm saying? So you're able to, go in that direction. Um, but just ask for it. You don't have to start arguing. It's your approach to the situation. You know, uh, um, my wife said something the other day, and I was offended. It's probably a month ago. I was offended. She said, something about she wanted something, and she's like, "Wow, I didn't think I could get it." I'm like, when have I ever stopped you from buying whatever you wanted? When have I? And I'm like, I was offended. I really was. I was offended. Kind of like, you need it in Florida. You don't need coats. Excuse me. But whatever she needed, she can just go get it. She don't. She got her own credit card, or whatever, right? And she just go get it. And she act like she had to ask permission and this that. And I'm like, it is what it is. Maybe when we first got married, things were tight. No, you can't just go spend money the way. No, I can't either. You can't just go buy shoes. But if she buys shoes, now I see shoes coming in the mail and this and that, the other. You know, but you generally just ask for it. You know, a woman should not treat herself as a child. Babe, can I get my hair done? Babe, can I buy a pair of shoes? Babe, can I get a t-shirt? You know, I don't like them type relationships. I'm not saying they don't work and they're not right. It doesn't work for me. You know, my apple juice was too tart for me and make me choke, so I had to drink some lemon water. But anyway, um, But be in a relationship where you know your role and he knows his role. But if it's domineering where he controls everything, now y'all got to work that out where the relationship's not domineering, where you feel like you can't ask for nothing. And so you gotta have equal rights. Like my wife, she ain't gotta ask, she just go get it. It's like that. You know what I mean? And but everybody don't have it like that. But we worked hard to get to where we are to get there. But if you're in a relationship and the money's tight, whatever, or what you're asking for is not about money, it's about something you want them to do and they don't want them to argue, so you got to be able to, calm the situation. And the thing is, sometimes, you when you married, married people do married stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Relax it. I mean, wait till you get to that point and they say, "Hey, man, I got a question for you. Is it okay to?" But y'all know how to do your thing. And don't wait till you're also and he upset. Come in from work and he's mad and this, that, and the other. No, you make sure everything, the settings right, the moves right, and then say, "Babe," but don't be like, you ain't getting none because you won't do this and you won't do that. Don't be like that. That's not how relationships should work. All right. And so you don't want to be domineering. So hopefully that answers your question. If not, just ask the question a different way. All right. What's the next one? What is the best way to deal with conflict in relationship? Sit down, talk. You got to sit down, talk. You find the best time, the best setting. You have to sit down and talk. And because if something bother you, it's going to bother you again, and something's going to bother you again. And unresolved issues are the reason you could say boo and you blow up. You could say, "Are we going?" And the whole situation because you have an unresolved issue. All right. So unresolved issues, you could be mad about one thing, but you're actually mad about something else. That's unresolved issue. That's why I say sit down and talk. You got to work out every issue. You have to work out every single issue in order to move that relationship to the next place. All right, so I'll keep going because I'm past my time. Oh my God! But anyway, we'll get through this. Why are some men like rabbits? They hop from one woman to another. Hey, could it be they can never commit? When I'm dude keep hopping from woman to woman, he not ready to settle down. He's not ready. When guys, I see guys, I see OGs, like dudes 60 with the little earring in the air, they hat to the side, and they ain't trying to get married because they getting so much play. Because women are lonely and they giving it up. And so the dude, like, I'm not getting married. I was never that. Even though I had a bunch of women, just another, I wanted to settle down. I wanted to be committed to one woman and I wanted to get in church. Those was things I want. When you want a guy that never wants to settle down, he want women all over the place, you're wasting your time because you're a woman can't make a guy settle down. He has to already want to settle down. You can't make a guy want to be rich. He has to want to become rich. You know what I'm saying? Women think if I give you sex, you could no, it doesn't work like that. He just getting sex for you. That's it. The which energy you give him motivates him to want to go to that next level. See what I'm saying? And so you want to give him that where you can help motivate him to that next level. But you have to sit down and talk. Men gonna be like rabbits because they're not ready to settle down. And women make it easier because some women want him, whatever, like why he with you, somebody want him. When he get with somebody else, somebody gonna want him, somebody else gonna want him. And you got OGs. Most OGs got money and whatever. And for the broke dudes that can get a bunch of women and they ain't got no money, the girls they dealing with ain't much of nothing. I'm telling you, and have no values, no morals, no esteem, and that type of stuff. So, without going in more detail, I'm just dropping it off like it is. All right, all right. Here's one more. It says, "I believe that a woman can be the best woman, and a man can take her kindness for weakness and still cheat and be a womanizer. Um, what's your take?" And so, but I think a question like this, you need counseling. You need counseling because the thing is, you might call yourself the best woman, but you're not really the best woman. You see what I'm saying? So you two have to get together, and because if you're the best woman, Is it your husband? Is your wife? Is your girlfriend? Whatever. Because women give themselves a higher value than men do. All right. And so you could call yourself the best, but the dude might say you're not the best, you know. And I've been with a lot of women, I've been with a lot of great women, a lot of awesome women, but they wasn't somebody I was gonna marry, you know. And so we could call yourself the best, but what's your definition of best? What you consider best? And so that's you leave room for error in there. So you can't really look at the best. Because if you was the best, if you're single, he would have married you. If you're the best in a wife, then this wouldn't be a conversation. See what I'm saying? And so it's relative. That question is loose, it's open ended, and so you can't really describe the best. And if you given like I said, a girlfriend doesn't give a wife responsibilities to a boyfriend. A boyfriend doesn't deserve wife duties, doesn't at all. Period. And don't sell yourself short. Women, you're more valuable than you think, and I think a lot of women sell themselves short, and you know, um, it is what it is. And the thing is, men do take women for weakness, and they do cheat. I met women. I've seen so many tears in real life, especially when I do book signings, and they want to be with the guy, but they're like, I'm trying, and he keeps cheating. There's something going on in the relationship that makes him want to cheat. And the thing is, at some point, if you're tired of it, you just gotta say bye. Bye, goodbye, goodbye. I'm done with you. Let's get divorced. And you go that direction. And then you be by yourself. So it's not a happy ending either way. You with him, if you're with the dude, he cheating, you know, you're not happy. If you leave and you're separated or you're divorced, and you're still not gonna be happy because you're not gonna be happy wanting to be alone. So it's you figure out what's wrong with you. Because a lot of times something's wrong in that relationship. And it's never one sided. It's always both sides. All right. All right. Looks like last question. All right. It says, has a woman ever told you that she was going to leave you? And if that happened, did you beg her to stay or ask her to give you a time to change? That's a good question. I gotta think about that one. Has a woman ever told me she was gonna leave me? Oh, hmm. Um, I'm thinking. Um, no, 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 no. You know, no. Only one woman that came close to that was my ex-wife, but was at a point. No, no, she wouldn't have left me though. I divorced her. She wouldn't even have divorced me. And I'm like, I told her, I told her after the fact, I said, you was never divorced me. And she said, no, you know, and I had to not want her anymore. And so I was tired. We argue. Oh my God, we argue. We argue. Oh my God, I was so miserable. And when I met my wife, I could not believe I met a woman that wasn't into arguing. When I met her, I'm like, she brought me so much peace because I argued so much. I was so unhappy. And and but and I'm thinking back to, I mean, I can't tell you the number of women that I've been with, but the thing is, no woman has, either it didn't work out, fell apart, whatever, but nobody told me it was a mutual thing, or I was just a dog. I was really just a dog. I was cheating on everybody. Seriously, I've never been honest. And so but I never had problems getting women either. And so even before I met my wife, I told women I was married, I was separated, I'm living with somebody else, and they still wanted to date me. Seriously. They still I told them, if you read my book, that line's in there. I said, I'm married, I'm separated, live with someone, I'm leaving her, and I still had girlfriends. I'm telling you. And that's why the way I talk now is because I was living that life. And now I just want one woman, one wife, and I want peace. And so that's it. And so I'm on the show. I'm sharing my life with you. But I think a woman should never threaten a guy to leave, right? Seriously, I think because he not gonna take you serious for one. Number two, right? Um, I think if you're really gonna leave, you just leave. I think that hurts more than you're telling him. I think a woman should never warn a guy that she's leaving. I think she should just leave. Because when you had enough, you had enough. And then he will prove to you that he wants you back, or he because you're more impactful when you just leave. If you keep saying, because women tell a little boy, you better stop, sit down. And what the little boy do? He get up and run. As soon as you turn your head, he get up and run, get up and run, get up. Didn't I tell you to sit down? Guys don't take you serious. And I'm going back in time. I'm giving you examples as to why they don't take you serious. You have to absolutely leave, or you have to pack it stuff and put it out, whatever, change the locks, whatever, call the police. I mean, but that's generally what it is. Guys don't take women serious when they tell them that. So hopefully that answers the question. Uh, uh, I know me. If a woman tell me she was leaving, I'm like, okay, go. Want me to help you pack? And so I never had to chase after women. Seriously, I don't know how to tell you. That part of my life I never struggled with. I never had to beg women to get with. I mean, I've dated sisters. I mean, come on. I mean, not really date, more like just had sex, but anyway, um, and this is before marriage. This is before I even knew my wife today. So uh, I literally never had problems getting a woman. Seriously, never. I mean, some I worked a little harder to get, some I'm never achieved to get, but for the most part, no, it I was really carefree for real. And so I'm not showing off anything. It was never a problem. And so women like what they like, and they like women like bad boys. They do. If you bad and then you got women everywhere, women like that for some reason. I don't get it. I don't want a woman that all the guys gunking over her because I want my own. I'm really a sophisticated guy. Because if I think that I don't have you, I'm getting rid of you for real. And you got to be into me seriously. And I don't know how to not have that because what I bring to the table, I think I deserve that. The only woman I've never thought I deserved was my wife I was married to today. It was a time in my life. I'm like, I never, because she was so nice and sweet, and she gave me another chance, the whole 9 yards. I never felt I deserved that, and so it took me some time to get used to. She actually loved me. She actually want to, because it was hard for me. I'm like, I'm giving my all. I made all these changes, and y'all got to read my book. I'm telling you, it's really dynamic, and you'll see. My wife's about a third of the book, and when she came to my life, it changed me. I couldn't believe I met someone like that, but I did, and we're in church together, so that makes all the difference. So hopefully, I answered all the questions that you guys asked. If not, this your time to ask it because I'm press out of here. But we coming back to this next Friday, and like I said, I'm on next Friday 8 and next Sunday 8, and then we'll miss a Friday because I'll be out of the country, and go from there. But yeah. But hopefully, if you're on my Facebook, I put my Facebook out there, and you can see me, Bishop Mike Gilcreast's Facebook, and you can see our pictures, and I'll be talking and doing some stuff. We're on our anniversary date or whatever, vacation, whatever you want to call it. And so, but yeah, we'll be doing that. And so, great questions. I'm telling you, great questions. Anytime you make me drink, because I have to, my thought process had to go. I'm like, I actually had to think about, did somebody leave me? And it's people that hurt me that I couldn't have. Oh, I go back to what I had. One woman, and we wasn't married. I wasn't married. I didn't even know Melody, my wife now, at the time. It was this one. She was the turning point in my life. I forgot about it. Just got it. I have to talk about it now. One woman that I wanted to have and couldn't. All right. And she didn't tell. Well, we got together. She was down. I dated Miss Fort Valley, Georgia, from Georgia, Fort Valley, Georgia, and I wanted her seriously. She had the pretty eyes, and she was tall and thin, and the whole nine yards. And I wanted her. And the thing is, because I wanted her, it made me determine what type of woman I wanted. For real, it was her. She was a turning point. But I messed up, but she did not give me a second chance. She did not give me a second chance. But she didn't tell me she was leaving. So still, I guess the answer is still no. But anyway, I'm done. I hit a lot and I covered a lot. And so hopefully you guys, got a thrill from this, and appreciate you, but check these guys. Yeah, these guys, when they play these games and blaming you and da 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 da, check them. I stayed on extra time today. And let's get this show moving. I always say as I close, faith connected to the power of words bring forth the reality of God. And so here's our church information. So take a picture of it. Come and see us if you're in the Florida area. We're looking for people, members, and so forth, so on. Looking to grow our church here. Church is hard down here, but I love it. And trying, like I said, I'm trying to go to Africa. To do ministry over there as well, on a temporary thing. But yeah, this is our church information. Like I said, faith connected to the power words, bring forth the reality of God. I wholeheartedly believe that, and I believe we have to believe in something, all right? And as we journey forth, keep your head up, keep your head on straight, and we go from there. Appreciate you all right?
God, you taught me to trust you. You show me how to believe. You're the author and the finisher of what you started me. So I'm not gonna doubt it. I'm gonna hold on to peace. 'Cause if I have you and nothing else, I still.
Hey, are you ready? Are you ready to go? Tell me what you wanna know. A real live episode, Mike Gilcreast podcast show. We keeping it real, y'all. Hey, are you ready?
Come on, y'all. Let's go.
Are you ready to go? Tell me what you wanna know.